What's going on, Tough Fence? It's Chris from CYB and yeah, so I'm doing throwing something a little new at you. It's just a little end of the week chat, um, just to kind of talk about things, you know, postseason. Now that the season's winding down, so it's like, what's next for the Toffees and for the board of Everton and just Everton as a club a whole. What is next that they should take care of? Obviously we have the whole transfer thing. We need to get new players in and whatnot, but the season's winding down. At this point, it's been a whole year since we had Farhad Moshiri on board with us, so he's cleared of debts. He's already, he's reaching out to Chinese board or some sort of billionaire in China to help fund the new stadium move, and then yeah, he's started the whole stadium move and all that. So Farhad Moshiri has done very well for us so far. So what's next? What else does he have to handle and take care of? Um, and well, just to get right into it, we need to be more marketable. We need to take advice and take the bigger, other billionaire clubs in the league and across Europe. We need to take their lead. We Maybe we need to bring in, the Willians and the Mkhitaryan's and use them as like a marketing plan or something. Bring in some of these names to sell jerseys to expand our brand. I mean, that's an issue that we have. We're not we're not favorable enough. We're not marketing ourselves. We're not known across Asia and America. I mean, yeah, you have me, you have other Toffees fans out here in the U.S. You do have Everton USA on Twitter who actually just followed me. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for that. Yeah, we have a pub out in New York City where Everton fans gather and watch the matches. Have a few drinks. So yeah, we have those little things, but we're not big enough. Okay, we have a billionaire owner or majority shareholder, but with all that money, what else is attracting the players, potential players, potential anything else? Nothing really. I mean, we're doing better. We're doing well. Our home is a fortress once again, but we need to find other ways to attract other players and fans. Grow our fan base. We have to expand our fan base. It's not just getting the results, winning the games, qualifying for other tournaments. It's not that. It's not just that. It's expanding our fan base. We want to be on par. Yeah, we have the money now, but we want to be on par with Man United, even though they've petered off a bit. They are definitely still a humongous club. Every time I turn around, I'm always getting a notification or reading something that Real Madrid is topping Forbes, most rich, most expensive or richest football clubs or whatever. Man United, and Barca, we need to go up in world rankings as a club. So we need to get our name out there. We need to expand our brand. Um, Little did most people know. Willian from Chelsea, he was wanted by Tottenham, and just to kind of cut away for a second, even Tottenham, they're expanding their brand hugely. But what was it? 2012, when Willian first transferred to Chelsea, he played for I always forget this club's name. Sorry, he played for a Ukrainian club, the biggest Ukrainian club. Um, If you guys remember the name or know the name, just hit me up in the comments below or something. But um, he played for them. But he was wanted by Tottenham. Now Tottenham at the time, they were already growing and really starting to contest more. Chelsea didn't like that, so what Chelsea does, much like Man City and Real Madrid, any other team with a shit ton of money, to to kind of rattle their competition, they spend the money and pick up that player. They picked up Willian because they didn't want, they knew that he was talented. They didn't want him to, you know, he want he didn't they didn't want him to be a threat to them. Um, Also, if you guys didn't know, they did the same thing with Salah. Chelsea picked up Mohamed Salah because he was causing them issues in the Europa League or the Champions League, whatever. He was in. They had played so, Turkish team, a Turkish team. I don't remember, but yeah. But he was also Willian. He was also a marketing plan. He was a marketing you know piece or whatever. So they could expand their brand across Brazil and Ukraine and whatnot. Chelsea, they're very very smart. They have Roman Abramovich. He has a shit ton of money. He's a very smart man. And he's very strict. What he says goes, or else you're losing your job. So I mean, yeah, it sounds evil, but it's part of the business. It's part of the business. We have the money. Let's try something like that. Mkhitaryan, he was another one for Man United. Mkhitaryan, he's a hugely talented player, and the thing with Willian is they picked him up because they wanted to be petty towards Tottenham, but he ended up being a very important figure in their team. He's very very talented, very very skillful on the ball. He has a hell of a free kick. He's very talented at set pieces and whatnot. So same thing with Mkhitaryan. I would say his name is probably bigger than Willian's because of his days at Borussia Dortmund, but still they used him. They picked him up to sell jerseys pretty much. So it's part of the business now. Martin Odegaard he plays for Real Madrid now. He's a youth player. He was hugely talented. He was touted to be the next thing. He hit the spotlight at the same time as Adam. I think his name is Adam. Adam Halilovic. He played for Barca. He was a youth player himself as well. Now he's in Germany. I think playing for Hamburg or something. But these they were talented as youth players. So they brought them in, and Real Madrid, what they did. I mean, Barca, they don't really do this, but Real Madrid, what they did is they picked him up because everybody knew that Martin Odegaard was going to be a hot prospect. Everybody was looking after him. They wanted him. Bayern, I think there were the other clubs who were close to signing him, but Real Madrid, they have shit ton of money, so they just threw it at him. So they picked him up to sell jerseys. Come to find out a little bit later, he had a bit of a personality on him, so he didn't really do so well. But I think now he's starting to finally pick up where he was supposed to be. But it's who knows. But yeah, it's all part of marketing and really getting the brand out there. So we need to do something like that. Shinji Kagawa for Manu. He before he went back to Dortmund, Manu, they're very popular amongst Asian clubs and the Asians, as a whole, the continent of Asia. So yeah, so they picked him up. I mean, Shinji Kagawa, he is pretty talented, but you can even tell if you really paid attention, if you were watching Man U games around that time. He wasn't really a figure. I mean, he did well. He was played out of position when he was there, but he wasn't really, supposed to be a player to do anything. You know, he wasn't. They didn't really pick him up because they liked him and he was talented. He was a marketing piece. You know, so they picked him up. Everybody knew Shinji Kagawa because, like I said, his days. He played at Dortmund and he was fantastic at Dortmund. So they picked him up just to kind of expand, you know, just to and that's even honest. If you guys play FIFA career modes, and they added a whole new feature where you have objectives you need to do as a manager, grow your brand, sell jerseys, you know, sign certain players. That's a feature in FIFA now, but that's because that's a feature the managers and the board have to really do, you know, to maintain a club. So and it's part of selling tickets, you know. So if we're gonna get this stadium and expand the amount of seats we have, we need to start attracting more fans. Now, like I said, I live in the U.S., so it's a dream for me to go visit Goodison Park. I would love to go visit Goodison Park. Now, do I have the money and the time to really do that? No, but I would love to, even if I don't make it by the time they close down, you know, and Everton have already moved on. I mean, there's years, you know, for me to, you know, potentially go and visit, but I would still like to go and see it, you know. So me, I became an Everton fan because one of my closest friends, he he watches football, he played football, and he's a Chelsea fan, ironically. Um, But he got me into it. You know, this was back in like '07, '08 season. He was like, "Yo, Chris, you know, you know, I would really like to get you into football. You know, let's play some FIFA." So played some FIFA. Funny thing is, Newcastle was originally the team that I was, you know, gonna try to support, but I was like, no, no. So you know, I started playing as Everton. Um, and my friend Miles, he was telling me, you know, some of the players on there that I should really look out for. Um, One of them being Tim Cahill. You know, Timmy over here, he's hands down my favorite player ever. My favorite player ever for Everton. Um, and he was just saying, you know, like I remember this. You know, I was taking a corner. He said, you know, you gotta try to get the ball on Tim Cahill's head because he's very good in the air. So you know, I always remember that, and I always watched Tim Cahill, you know, when he would play for us, and I looked at highlights, you know, from before I started following, and I remember he scored that, you know, seeing the highlight where he scored that bicycle kick against Chelsea. Think think that was maybe '05. You know, so yeah, you know, not everybody has an experience like that, especially over here in the U.S. where there's a shit ton of other sports that, you know, kind of, you know, is in the forefront of entertainment in terms of sports. You know, NBA. You know, the NBA even do, you know, marketing, you know, businesses like that. So if we can expand our brand and become way more. I mean, football over here in the U.S. European football is grown. The MLS is grown, but you know, if I would say, let's start with the U.S. If we're gonna expand our brand and really appeal to, excuse me, more spots in the world, then start with the U.S. You know, we had the likes of Tim Howard. You know, we've had the likes of Landon Donovan come over on 2 terms on loan to us, and he did well both those terms. So maybe we could get another. Maybe Kyle Larin. I mean, Kyle Larin, he plays in the MLS, but he's Canadian international. So maybe we could pick him up, and I mean, he's kind of a hot prospect. So maybe we could pick him up, and you know, and he could help us out. You know, he's young. He's 20 or 21, I believe, maybe 23, but he's still young. So you know, maybe he could. He's talented, so maybe he could help us out as well as expand our brand. He plays in Orlando, so you know, there's honestly, I mean, Orlando, Florida, there's a lot of Hispanics over there too. So when you expand a brand, it really can help a ton of different spots. All different types of races and nationalities and stuff. So and that's one of the things about the U.S. It's full of different races and nationalities. So that would be very useful. Sorry. Um, so and then I always kind of figured every team has like a Brazilian that they can depend on, a Brazilian star. Diego Costa, he's playing for Spain, but he's Brazilian, a Brazilian born player. Chelsea have Willian. Liverpool, they have Firmino and Coutinho. Um, Man U, I don't think they have a Brazilian. I mean, they don't have a Brazilian now. Um, well, yeah, there's a lot of teams that have Brazilian-born players, and Brazilians are very, very talented players. So maybe we should go after a Brazilian. Pick a Brazilian up. Maybe they can help us out and then expand our brand in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? So and then move on. It's crucial, and I use that word a lot every time I do a video. But it's crucial for us to really step up our game. I mean, we've been a bit lenient with things and haven't really we've shown that we have aspirations to grow as a club. But it's not just about the transfers. It's not just about picking up the next young talent, because that's good for them. That's good for them. But we have to do more things behind the scenes, off the pitch. So that's all I really have to say. So that's what I think is next that we have to do, and we have to do it soon, because yeah, we could win all the matches, we could qualify for all the tournaments, we can, you know, yeah, I mean, win the league will help us. If we could win the league or make it to the Champions League, pull a Leicester out, that's helpful. But we have to really do a lot more behind the scenes and off the pitch. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just a little something different. I was just thinking about what's next, and Love Everton Forum. They had posted something on Twitter about being more marketable, more profitable, and whatnot. So I read that tweet and I was like, you know, yeah, maybe I'll do a video about it, because that is very true. We have to really do a lot more, than just try to sign players and go after all these players and whatnot. So yeah, that's it, guys. The Chelsea match is on Sunday. Hopefully I'll be home to watch it. Unless not, then I have to watch it on my way to work or something. That's the only other way I can watch it. I work a lot, so but yeah, guys, that's about it. Remember, normal stuff. Go hit up Love Everton Forum. They indirectly gave me the idea for this video, like I said. Got some FIFA in the background. Probably not gonna play. Got to go out in a bit. So yeah, hit me up on PSN at Khill_X17X, on Twitter at CYBTV1878. My personal Twitter, it's ChrissyJ27, and Tumblr CYBTV1878. Same thing for the Twitch. Yeah, the Twitch, and yeah, that's about it, guys. If you guys have any other ideas for videos, hit me up in the comment section below. Hit me up on Love Everton Forum. Tweet at me. Send me something on PSN or something. And yeah, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Enjoy that Chelsea match. It's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be entertaining. So, see you guys in the next one. Peace.